Here we go again, folks. Mexico versus the U.S. men's national team in a Gold Cup final. Where have I seen this before? Before I get into this, I want to announce that typically I've been doing live streams for most of the Gold Cup games, at least as many as I can, but I will not be doing one for the final. Why? Because I'm going to the final in person. Yes, I have tickets. I've never seen Mexico versus USA in person, so I'm very, very excited about it. Do I wish that some of the more A-team players for the U.S. were here? Of course I do, but I'm still going to be wilding out in the crowd, and I'm super hyped for it. So if any of you guys are going and you see me at the stadium, please say hi. I will still be dropping a Gold Cup final reaction video, and then I'm going to have Gold Cup takeaways, and then maybe one other Gold Cup focused video before I kind of repivot back to just CONCACAF overall, the friendlies that everybody's doing, the World Cup qualifiers for the nations who are not hosting, all that stuff. So if you don't want to miss any of those videos, make sure you are subscribed, drop a like on the video, and of course, let me know what you guys think for your score prediction down below in the comments. A little bit of background here. In the Gold Cup, Mexico has been by far the better team. There have been 8 meetings previously between the two sides. Mexico has 5 victories. The United States has 3. Crazy stat, though. Only once have Mexico and the USA played each other inside the Gold Cup, and it was not in the final. In 1991, a Mexico-USA game happened in the semis. That means that in the 8 previous meetings at the Gold Cup, 7 of them have happened in the final. You draw whatever conclusion you want to from that. I just thought it was interesting. Is CONCACAF finished? I don't know. I'll be honest, from my perspective, I see Mexico as the big favorites in this game. And I know I'm just inviting pressure and I'm inviting the YouTuber jinx and all that stuff, but I gotta be honest. If you think the United States are the favorite, please let me know why down below in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious. Who's the more talented team? Mexico. Who's got the better performances at the Gold Cup so far? Mexico. Who are the defending champions of the Gold Cup? Mexico. Who's going to have the home field advantage? Mexico. Which manager has done a better job managing the tournament? Pochettino or Aguirre? It's Aguirre. The USA argument is basically Mexico hasn't beat us in an official game since 2019, therefore we're going to win. And I hear you, but that's not really a great argument. Now, by saying that Mexico are the favorites, that also means at the same time, Mexico have much more to lose in this final than the USA. And I don't think that's debatable at all. For Mexico, we basically have the entire A team, and there's definitely more pressure to walk away with the trophy. The USA would love to win this game. Don't get me wrong. I don't expect the USA to come out here and be like, boys, job well done. We made the final. Let's just have fun today. No, they want to win this tournament. But I think for the USA, it would be much more of a moral victory, and namely a huge dub for Mauricio Pochettino. Many USA fans don't even really care about this tournament because of the players who are absent. And the Gold Cup has kind of morphed into this weird, let's discover depth pieces for our actual A-team. It hasn't quite been demoted to U23 tournament status, but it's close. Now, curious thing that I don't need to go deep into now, but if Mexico win again, then I'm wondering how many Gold Cups Mexico has to win consecutively for the United States to say, you know what, I think it's time to send the full squad again. I already mentioned Pochettino. His reputation as a manager is as a bottle job, and he already bottled the Nations League, finished in 4th place, lost to both Canada and Panama. I think he needs this trophy more than the players to validate his appointment. He really, really needs something tangible here. Even in the semifinals against Guatemala, in the penalty shootout against Costa Rica, I don't really know if anyone walked away with extra or increased faith in Poch as USA manager. Whereas I feel like Aguirre, like I said in other videos, he's made adjustments to the Mexican 11 in every single game that has genuinely improved the side. And I think he is definitely getting more of a buy-in from both the players but also the fan base. And that's really freaking hard to do as Mexican manager. Now, the keys to victory for the United States, number 1, be efficient. I don't think Mexico are going to concede many good chances. There's going to be a couple half chances. That's happened in every single game. That's just a virtue of how Mexico play. But you need to be clinical. And with Patrick Agyemang, man, he's been dragged across the coals the entire tournament. If he can score a goal in this game, absolutely massive for his career personally, and probably a little bit of a dig to the haters. And there are many of you out there. Number 2, you got to win the set-piece battle, and I actually think whoever wins the set-piece battle is going to win the game. If the USA scores off a corner kick, off a penalty, and Mexico doesn't also equal that goal output from set pieces, I think USA wins. Number 3, got to defend well out wide. I think Max Arfston and Alex Freeman did not look good at all against Guatemala, and no disrespect to the Guatemalan wingers, but I think Mexico are going to be bringing better caliber players and have more of a target man in the box with Raul Jimenez. So that problem absolutely needs to be addressed. And finally, you got to concede 2 goals or less. There's a world in which the United States can score 2 goals, especially if it goes into extra time, and we're talking about 120 minutes here. The USA can score 2 goals. But that, for me, is the absolute ceiling. I will be extremely shocked if the USA score 3 goals. Now, it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen, but that's a very low probability. I think if they concede 2 goals, this is a toss-up who wins. If they concede 1, that's a pretty big advantage for the United States. If they concede 3, then it's over, because I don't think the USA can score 3 goals. The keys to victory for Mexico, I think, are mainly mental. I think it's stick to the plan, namely, that Javier Aguirre has instilled in this team. Keep the identity, this physical identity. We're going to make things ugly, not give up a lot at the back, and keep your cool. If Mexico get a red card, this game's over, and the USA will win. I'm a little nervous with guys like Cesar Montes. Maybe Mateo Chavez starts. I'm honestly pretty scared for that. But if they can just not get sent off, Mexico has a really good chance to win. And, of course, do not concede any set-piece goals for the love of God. And I think the defensive objective for Mexico is concede 1 goal or less. If that happens, I do think Mexico wins. Mexico have not conceded a goal at the Gold Cup since the Dominican Republic game in match day 1. And even in that game, especially if you look at the first goal from Peter Gonzalez, it's a golazo. Now, for U.S. men's national team fans, you guys definitely have the quality to score goals like that. I mean, Diego Luna has shown quality. Malik Tillman is obviously a very scary player. There's the option and the possibility for a moment of class from this USA attack, and I think they'll have to score one of those opportunities if they want to win the final. If it happens once and Malik Tillman scores a banger outside the box, or Tyler Adams, God forbid, does it again, Mexico can survive. Really, for both teams, man, like, whoever makes the fewest amount of mistakes is going to win, and I think that fact benefits Mexico. Because even though this USA camp has now played, 5 games together, they still don't have the same level of squad cohesion as Mexico. And I think you've seen a lot of mini mistakes from this USA team throughout. Only now you're playing Mexico, by far the best team you've played, and you will be punished for that. My prediction here, based on the entire body of work for both teams, I have to pick Mexico to win. I do not see the United States winning unless they score a set piece or Mexico go down to 10 men. From the managerial perspective, I think Mauricio Pochettino is much more likely to commit a tactical error than Javier Aguirre. I think even if the USA scores first, based on the Guatemala game, I wouldn't be surprised if Pochettino subs off Tyler Adams and completely cedes possession and just bunkers down. I just haven't really seen that many great adjustments from him this tournament. I think he's still getting used to this team. I think he's still getting used to international football. And finally, I mentioned it earlier, but I do think this Mexico squad is far more cohesive than the USA. There's still a lot of new faces here for the U.S. men's national team. I think what will help them is that I don't think they're playing with too much pressure. I think the pressure will certainly be on Mexico. And again, if the USA cannot commit mistakes, if they can avoid those, this is probably going to extra time. But at the end of the day, my score prediction, I do think Mexico wins by 1. I'm going to say a 2-1 in the end. But yeah, y'all, I'm really excited for this game. I think the midfield battle, Malik Tillman, Tyler Adams, and probably Sebastian Berhalter versus Marcel Ruiz, Edson, and Mora, it's going to be fireworks. Raul Jimenez versus Chris Richards and Tim Ream. That's also going to be such a good matchup. How does Alexis Vega look against Alex Freeman? What is Piojo going to do against Max Arfston? Diego Luna going up against probably Julian Araujo. That's a freaking awesome matchup. Malagon versus Fries, 2 goalkeepers that probably a portion of the fan base rate, and then another portion of the fan base are like, this guy's a scrub. I mean, managers with so much reputation on the line, like, can El Vasco lose? I mean, that probably looks terrible for him. Same with Pochettino. It's a really, really exciting final. I am way more hyped for this final than I was in 2021. And yeah, that's why I had to splurge and get some tickets. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, smash the like button. I will be back with many Gold Cup videos after the final, so you have that to look forward to. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Follow us on social media. Links in the description. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.